Does anybody remember this car?
Yeah, let's go! Yeah, she's rowdy.
Does that ring any bells? This car has been sitting in the background of way too many videos, and today we're getting it back out because I want to make it run and drive and fix all the issues that made me park it over a year and a half ago. So stick around to the end of the video to see if we can do that, because if we can, we're going to hit the back roads of America and go look for some future potential projects the good old-fashioned way by hitting some back roads and car hunting. Many of the parts that you saw in this build series came from Holley, and they're currently running their supercharged summer clearance sale. Now, clearance is up to 30% off retail, but Holley is blowing out parts from the brands that you love. And if you use my code McCool25X, you will receive an additional 25% off. Do this up until August 18th and get these deals before they're gone. In the last video, you saw me drive this car for the first time. It had been sitting in a barn, and it was just bad. And basically what we plan to do with it today is put it back on the road and actually use it. Now, between that last video that you saw and today, quite a few things have happened. We actually took this thing to Minnesota to the Back to the 50s show. The drive shaft was rubbing the floor. You can see where it's kind of tried to self-clearance, and it's just not good. So we're gonna have to do something with the floor. We're gonna try and cut it right here and then raise it up in the front and then weld in some strips there to make it where we have some more clearance. So first things first, we're gonna take the drive shaft out. I've kind of measured up where I want it to be, taped it. We're gonna just cut along the bottom of that tape line, and it's kind of pretty close up to about here. I mean, it only rubs up here, but I'm afraid if I really hit a big bump, we could have some kind of encounter back here. And I don't want that to happen. So we're gonna just avoid all that together, clearance more than we need, and call it a win. So I took a break from working on the trans tunnel to start doing wiring. I've got the alternator just about ready. I'm about to wire up the coil, and I've made some more connections for the charge wire and put a ballast in, and we've got to, obviously clean it all up. That's the next step once I get the coil wired in. Briar went inside, painted the roof black for me because it was all rusty and gross. So now it looks a heck of a lot nicer up there. We've got seats coming in for it, and now he's gonna work on getting our rear shocks in because we've got air shocks to the rear. So that'll help a lot. Poor Briar, you got paint all over you, my man. It's pretty sad.
Briar builds cabinets. So Briar builds cabinets, and I figured he's a little bit more handy with a skill saw than I am. And he cut out some door panels for me. Check out the one he's already made. It's not screwed in right now, but it looked really good, especially when we put the trim around the window. And as you can see, I do have the window in. Now, if you remember, I actually had both windows were busted out. And when I bought these new ones, they came cracked already. So, I mean, at least it's in one piece, but it kind of bums me out that it's all busted up. So it is what it is. He's working on getting this door panel in, and I'm gonna be working on getting this glass in, but I had to urethane the track that holds it in to the actual glass. So what I've been doing is rewiring some stuff and getting all my permanent connections, and I've actually been able to wrap it with some painless wire wrap, some loom, so it's looking really clean. Once I get all that tidied up, it's gonna look really nice under the hood instead of having wires just kind of dangling all over the place like it was before. So we're gonna clean this up just a little bit, zip tie everything shut, make sure we have good connections before we tighten up anything, and we're good. I still gotta get rid of this oil pressure gauge with something. I don't really know what I want to put there, but I got to put something there. But we've got an alternator that charges now. I did all that. And now we have a good harness. Everything is pretty much factory Chrysler stuff, and it's going to work. Checked it. It's charging perfectly fine. And we've got a voltage regulator hidden up over here out of the way. Ballast all the way back there. Our electronic ignition box. So it's gonna look pretty tidy. And the main thing is to make sure that it's pretty easy to work on. I hid all this stuff on the inner fender, so it was easy to reach if something goes wrong, and we've got easy access to everything we need. So I gotta make just a couple small little connections, wrap up all the wiring in the back there, and we should be good to go, at least on this front. Well, there you have it, folks. We've got the door panels painted black, everything put back together, and I gotta say, Briar did a fantastic job on that right there. And at that same time, we went ahead and put these Ford F-250 seats in here. I got them dirty, but hey, they look pretty good. They're very, very comfortable. Got the carpet put back in, so the floor is done. And I gotta say, the interior kind of shaped up pretty good. I really like the way this thing turned out. Got to put the horn ring back together, and then a couple other small things under the dash. But overall, looks really, really good. Got that roof painted black. I'm really loving it. And the fact that we now have glass. Look at there. We haven't had glass in this car since I bought it. But as you can see from sitting in the shop in here, it is extremely dirty. Just collecting dust like crazy. So we're gonna wash it real quick, and then we're gonna hit it with the Poppy's Patina clear coat. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the day. We've got the Plymouth all cleaned up, looking nice and shiny with that Poppy's Patina clear coat. We're about to load it up onto the trailer, and we're gonna make our way. We got about a 15-hour drive, so it's gonna be quite the journey to get up to back to the 50s. I'm very excited, so let's get this car on the trailer, and we're gonna head out of here. We're rolling right through Nashville now. So I've been to this Minnesota State Fair before. I flew there, so it was a whole lot easier to get there the last time I went. But I went to the Street Machine Nationals. It was pretty fun. But I'm hearing that Back to the 50s is even bigger of a show, and the Street Machine Nationals was an awesome show. So I can't imagine what we're about to experience. But again, it's all 50s cars of that era. I think the newest that they really want is 64. So we're gonna have a pretty nice little setup here. Got to meet some great people, hopefully to meet a lot of you guys, but
I mean, it's going to be a while. I've budgeted 2 days to get there. It is currently Wednesday at 10:49 a.m. I left about 9 o'clock. So I've budgeted 2 days. I'm going to try and get as far as I can today. So that way, whenever I get there to wherever I'm going, Wednesday morning, I can just get in and, you know, do the short leg of the trip. And the same exact thing on the way home. I'll leave on Sunday, and then I'll be back sometime Monday, I think. I don't know, but all I know is that my leg already hurts because my cruise control quit working. I don't know why. It all of a sudden just died. I keep pushing the button and nothing comes on. So maybe I'll just take the battery cable off and try to reset it and see if that comes back to life. But my knee really, really does not feel good right now. And I'm only in Nashville. I mean, I've got, what, 12 more hours to go at this point. So made it into Kentucky. Let's see, that sign says 76 miles to Louisville. Still looking around midnight to get there if I drive the whole way. A little over 11 hours left. It's rainy, wet, but hey, the Plymouth is still back there. I've got my back seat full of tools and parts and everything I might need just in case we have a breakdown. I'd love to drive this car here, but man, this would have been rough. We have made it into Louisville, ladies and gentlemen. Still a very long way to go, though. I had to stop for some gas, so I pulled into the Walmart, grabbed some supplies, some snacks to the road, and of course my favorite Mike and Ike's. Plymouth's getting some compliments in the parking lot. It was pretty cool. I had a couple people come up and then met a fan inside the Walmart, so that was pretty cool. She's still looking good, still attached to the trailer, so I'm still happy about that. I'm gonna pull over here and grab some gas because this thing, the Ram pulls great, but man, does it just not get great gas mileage. But it is what it is. Hello, Indianapolis. I'm in some town, I think it's DeMott, Indiana. I think I'm still in Indiana. To be honest with you, I don't really know at this point. We're making miles. I have officially passed the halfway point on our trip here. I have less than 7 hours to get to where we're going. Still got a long ways to go, but hey, at least the Plymouth is still on the trailer. Whew, I'm tired. We're stopped at a Love's, one of my favorite non-Buc-ee's gas stations. I'm gonna go inside, get a drink and a snack, and we're gonna hit the road again. The tail lights don't work for some reason, but the brake lights do and turn signals do. Luckily, I had these lights. You can see I got my left turn signal on. So if we turn the headlights on, they should come on. I don't know why. It's a new trailer, but for some reason, it just doesn't want to work. Probably could be something with my truck though, so let's test the lights and see if that works. That didn't fix anything either. I know it looks like the lights are on, but that's just the sun. I don't know why. Don't really know. So I guess I'll just turn my hazards on when it gets dark, and just use those so people can see me. So I'm just gonna plug this back in to the main trailer harness. Dang, I just wish I'd have checked that before, but I don't know what the heck's the problem here. I just rolled into South Holland, Illinois, but I've got about 2.5 more hours until, God, I just looked at my face in the camera. I look really sleepy. Woo. Yeah, we've got about 2.5 hours until we get to the hotel, and then I am going to crash. I cannot wait. We're about 45 minutes outside of Madison, Wisconsin. I'm going to stay there for the night. I just had to show you guys how awesome this sunset is and how pretty it is to like end the day on a high note. We're doing pretty good right now. Still getting terrible gas mileage, but you know what? We're at least getting mileage. And that's what's important. My legs are dead. I just drove, it was about 3.5 hours right then. At least there's a Costco in the distance. But guess what?
The Plymouth is, again, still attached. Got a nice little parking under the light here. And I'm unpacking the truck and I'm going to bed. Plymouth still looks pretty cool. I do love this car. I was really mad at it for a minute just because of how much stuff we were having to do to it. But it turned out a lot better than I expected. I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, good morning. That was a fantastic little sleep right there. I tell you what, stayed at this hotel and I feel much better. We are on our way to finish the last leg of the trip and I feel a heck of a lot better doing it in the daylight with some sleep. I don't know what we went through last night, but at some point we just got attacked by bugs on the highway. It sounded like it was raining. That's how many bugs were hitting me. And if you're wondering about my windshield, I had a rock chip come up in that tiny little corner right there. And over time, it just spread all the way across the whole front glass. I gotta get it replaced. I had to stop and find a rest area. It was a pretty tiring little drive there. Nothing too crazy, but we're back on the road. Gosh, it's just beautiful out here, folks. I really, really like Wisconsin, at least this area of Wisconsin. I'm not sure how any other region is, but it's just so pretty out here. Just beautiful scenery out here. I think I'm almost into Minnesota. I keep seeing signs for Minnesota, but I don't really know, to be honest with you. I know I'm getting close at least. There it is, folks. Minnesota welcomes you. We have made it to the state that is our destination. Thank you, Lord, for getting us here. We just have a little bit left to go. Man, this is a drive and a half, I'm telling you. I don't mind it though. It's been pretty nice. Pretty uneventful this morning, but I am so happy. Look at all these mountains. Like, if you go on the west side, it's just flat. I've been to Fargo and it was nothing but just flatness for miles and miles. And you get all these mountains out here. Like, I don't even expect this on this side of the state. Like, when you think of Minnesota, you don't think of this. We have officially made it to St. Paul, Minnesota, to the state fairgrounds. Right there, that's the entrance to where the show is. It has been a long journey. Long journey. But look at all these cars out here. We've already got some really cool stuff showing up at the show. A lot of nice vehicles. Like really, really nice stuff. Like awesome, cool stuff. I'm excited to get in here, get the car off the trailer, get it parked where it needs to sit. And I'm really excited to meet a lot of you guys. I hadn't been here in a few years, but their state fairground is awesome. It's literally just like a miniature town inside of a state fairgrounds. All these parts, vendors, all sorts of stuff, you name it. You pretty much got it. It's cool. Well, we're inside the venue. It is nothing going on right now because it's still Thursday. From what I understand, Friday and Saturday are going to be pretty much jam-packed. Got the trim put on. Got the car cleaned up, got some tire shine on her, looking pretty good. Replaced the taillight lens, so I mean it looks halfway decent. Pretty proud of her right now for making it this far. And I'm gonna go get some stuff prepped for tomorrow and go get some sleep because I need it. Old Randy, he's been through a lot this week. I'm gonna let him rest and drive around without a trailer for a little while. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's gonna be an awesome time. So I will see you then. Good morning. It is day one. It's Friday, and we've made it back to the show, and it's been hectic. There's been all sorts of stuff going on, and Richard Petty's out here, and just a big line formed, you know, trying to get him to talk with people. He's just a magnet for his fans, and it's really cool.
the amount of cars and people here is, I mean, it's crazy. I've been hearing like close to 11,000 cars at the end of the day, and it's been incredible how many people have come up and just said hey to me. And this is only the first day. We're just like a little after lunchtime, and it's already been this crazy, this packed. I mean, just the amount of folks that are out here just to show up and support the show in the 50s, and I don't know, it's just great. It's really great. Really cool cars here too. I'll have to go around and look at some of those. But the Plymouth is looking pretty good. I'm proud of her. Turned out looking all right. I'm happy with the whole series, and I think this is a good way to wrap it up. I mean, look, we even got like a backlot parking lot here. We with the show. My entrance with my Ram is kind of been compromised, but you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. So yeah, loving it, guys. Been excited to meet some of you folks, and the Plymouth has been a hit so far. It's literally just this everywhere you walk. You've got old cars lining the street left and right, and of course you got a 57 Belvedere right here just hanging out, looking real pretty. Gotta love it. I mean, there's just all sorts of cars from the era. What is that? That's cool.
Good morning. It is day 2 of the show. We're Saturday, and it's a lot of meeting and greeting. There's a lot of folks out here. I mean, I think somebody had told me it's like over 100,000 people will come to this show, not counting the cars. So it's pretty crazy. So Saturday's probably gonna be even bigger from what I understand.
Just had a young fan bring me my favorite candy. He saw it in the video, and I got some Mike and Ike's for the trip home. How cool is that? This show is great, guys. I've met a lot of really fun people, and I love it. We're gonna go walk around here in just a few minutes, but yeah, brought me my favorite candy. I love that. Might have found my favorite car. This giant Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Oh, in black and white. Oh, that is fantastic. He built a building just for cars. So this goes on for miles, basically. I mean, you keep walking through here and you're gonna see some of the coolest cars out here. I mean, look at this Dodge. It's just like a 50.
Oh, Johnny was too, but I mean,
look at that. AC with the red Ram Hemi in it. You can't beat that. I mean, this whole area, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds, is just like a big town, basically. Big, like, I don't even know how to explain how cool this place is. And everywhere you look, there's going to be more cars. If there's a spot for a car to fit, there's going to be a car in it. So I'm just kind of walking down the main road here. I think it's Cooper Street, and you just see cars left and right, front and center. I mean, it's amazing. I know a big ratty Dodge when I see one. Look at that. Heck yeah. Love it. Luckily, I've got this Imperial LeBaron over here to help out with the booth. So we've got some Finn cars. That makes it out look really good. And then this thing behind me, look at this. So you see it's nice and shiny over on this side. But look what happens when you walk over here. See the line? Isn't that hilarious? I love that. They polished one side and made it look really good on that. And then the other side just left it exactly how it was. Look at the bumper and the detail. Isn't that cool? We're winding down for the day. It's getting close to closing time, and met a ton of people out here. You guys are great. Met a lot of new fans, a lot of folks who've been watching for a very long time, and makes me really excited to really, you know, it puts it into perspective is what it does. It really shows me the connections you guys have with the videos and how much, you know, how honored I am, how much it means to you guys that this content comes out. So it really is inspiring for me to come out with more. So I do appreciate you guys. So probably gonna close up shop here tonight. Well, it's day 3, Sunday morning, about 6:30, and got the car and everything set up.
and it's kind of rainy today, and that's okay. Got a little bit of a drizzle, and it's just kind of overcast, so not nearly as many cars as yesterday and the day before, but you know, that's just how some of these events go, and that's all right. I kind of like it because it's pretty calm. As hectic as it's been the past few days, it's kind of nice to have a calm day. But the rain's not going to stop me, because I'm going to go hang out at the swap meet. Swap meet people are a different breed. They don't care if the rain is here, and I can say that because I am a swap meet person. I would stand out in the rain and snow if it meant I could get a good deal on some parts. So that's exactly where we're headed. I'm up here in the dry because I bought an 8 3/4 391 Sure Grip. It's the only Mopar thing I could really find, and I bought it. So this is coming home with me. Been looking for one of these and a Sure Grip, been seeing them in opens, but I just want a Sure Grip. That is fantastic. That is coming back to Tennessee. There's stuff out here. You just got to really be willing to look. It's raining. I'm gonna stand in the dry. I'm out of breath from lugging this intersection all the way around the swap meet here, but gonna make a trek all the way back over there to get back to the car and hang out and meet some more people. Well, looks like the rain cleared out just enough. Look at that 57 there. Beautiful car. Cleared out just enough for us to be able to enjoy the show. A lot of folks still came out and decided to brave the rain, and it's been perfect. I mean, it did drizzle a little bit, but it's cleared up enough to where we can go walk around and enjoy the show. And I think there's a storm coming in about 2 o'clock, so we're gonna try and get out on the road before that hits so we can load the trailer and get out of here. But look, oh my gosh, I saw this Roadmaster Friday and I fell in love with it, because I used to have a 55 Buick Super that, if it were like clean and restored, would look just like this. And it made me want a 55 Buick again. Gosh, that's such a good looking car. Man, I need to get another Buick. Back to the 50s, it's been real, but it's time for me to head back to Tennessee, and I'm looking forward to it. We got 1,000 miles to go. I've had a lot of fun in Minnesota, but I've definitely missed home. So here's to 1,000 miles, one more time. We have stopped somewhere in the middle of Illinois. We're on our way to Champaign because that's where we're gonna stop. And look at the sky. I've been running from this storm pretty much all day. Doesn't that look ominous? So we've got about an hour and a half until we get there, and we're gonna make it. Just filled up with gas, got something to eat. Woo, we made it. Almost 10:30 at night. We got to the Fairfield Inn in Champaign, Illinois. Thank goodness. Getting dark out. We've probably been driving for, I don't know, we left a little after 1 o'clock, so 9 hours there. That got us over halfway, so from here to Champaign is not a bad drive. I've done it before, so we're doing all right, folks. So we're gonna go to bed, get some sleep, get up early in the morning, finish the rest of it. Good night, Little Plymouth. Look at there, we made it into Kentucky, rolling right through. And we're getting very, very, very close to Tennessee. And once I hit the Tennessee state line, it's basically we're home from that point on. We got about 3 hours left, just 3. So that's really, really nice. It's a beautiful day outside, lovely weather, perfect for driving, perfect for just getting down the road. And finally getting to some scenery that looks like home, because we've got hills. Going through Illinois, man, it's just so flat. Just a whole lot of nothing to do. I mean, at least the weather's been nice, and then, you know, traffic hasn't been too bad, but God, that's a rough drive. I need some hills and some turns just to keep me going. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the official last gas stop that we will be encountering on this trip. We are less than 2 hours away from home. Less than it takes to get home as far as mileage. So we're gonna fill the truck up one last time, and then I will be pulling in my driveway in the next stop. Thank goodness. I am so excited. I just feel happy to be in Tennessee. I can't lie right there. Ladies and gentlemen,
we're home. We made it back. Wow, what a trip. I checked and it was like right at 2,100 miles, factoring in the trip there, the driving around St. Paul, and then getting back here. But I'm home, back to where I belong with my junk. I'm so happy to be here. Thank the Lord that we made it safe. And I've got to unload this car, but I'm gonna not do that right now. I'm gonna wait until it's, you know, later, because it's too hot and I'm too tired and I don't even care at this point. So we're gonna flash forward here in just a minute when the car's off the trailer.
So what we have to do is fix a lot of the stuff that we've taken off this car over the past year and a half, basically. So starting up front, I noticed again, I had removed the oil pressure sensor. So we're gonna put that one back in there. The ballast resistor, I don't know where that landed. It's gone, it has disappeared. Oh, and look, there's our replacement. We're gonna put that over here. We don't have a battery. We've got the carburetor at least. I kept all that together. The radiator still exists. The engine still exists. We stole the wheels and tires, as you can see. And for some reason I stole a dust cover. Who knows why? The wheels and tires, you've probably seen on like 5 or 6 videos. What all have we put them on? They're on the Rebel right now.
Oh shoot.
Everything.
Legit.
They've been on so many different cars, they actually go to that car right there. I stole those and we put them on this thing to drive it. We're gonna put them back on there. The window fell off the track. I replaced the door glass because before it had big cracks in it and holes. I replaced that, but then it fell off the track, so I've got to do that again. The door panels, you saw that, the seats. I stole the center section for the charger right here. It had a 276 rear in it, so we're gonna actually take the ones that were in that car, put them back in this one. So it's got a 391 with an overdrive, so that'll help. I believe that's all we've stolen off of it so far, and I knew that if I didn't start on it now, it's just gonna get worse. So we really need to focus on getting this thing back together before I steal more stuff off of it to the point of it's never gonna run and drive again. So that's what we're gonna do today. But we have to get it running, driving, stopping, and take it on this road trip here to see if it's up to the test, because we did all this work to it and never really saw it to completion. And that's exactly what I wanna do today. So under the hood here, we've got a 318 that had basically no miles on it. Oh, get out of there. And we have a Brawler carburetor. Awesome carburetor. Really snappy for this thing. We did a lot of stuff. Comp XE268 cam, headers, you know, a pretty basic build. A lot of stuff that I just had laying around to make this work. So I'm gonna screw this oil pressure sensor that I found off of another engine. I will put an oil pressure gauge in there later on. I'm already noticing that I stole a vacuum cap off there. I think I used a self-tapper for the ballast. Ah, look here. How convenient. The screw just laying right there in the battery tray. I was really looking out for myself, you know it?
Thank you, Past Dylan.
Yeah, making sure I had everything I needed. You go there. Where's it there? That one goes there. And that one goes there. Okay, let me go get the socket set. Nice Optima in here. Now this was a car that I actually cooked another Optima. I talked about putting one in this charger, how it was like 12 years old and it still ran. Yeah, it fell over on the header. There's still a nice little burnt spot from where I melted the battery, and it still ran. Like it was still working right after that. Yeah. I know that bowl is completely dry. The last time it was running was June of 2023. So it is currently
July.
Yeah.
Almost end of July.
End of July. So over a year. Trying to fill it up a little bit. We know it runs though. Come on, baby. Come on. Choke it. A little rattling. for not running for a year, ain't it?
Yeah.
Get loaded this in the car. That's flow effects mufflers right there. That sounds good. Fast idle's off. It's idling a little too low right now, but once it warms up, it'll idle up some. Good car, good car. What do you think about that?
Sounds pretty good.
Forgot how much I enjoyed the way it sounded. And it drove great. The biggest thing is we got to figure that out. Somebody in this shop, I'm not going to name names, took the rear end out of it.
I don't know, Dixie, where you at?
Hello, welcome. What we have here is underneath the Plymouth. As you can see, there is no center section because we stole it. Remember whenever I said I took a 276 gear out of something else for my Charger? It was this car. So I figured it was only fair to take the 391 that was in the Charger and put it back in this car. And this is an overdrive, and I think in the final drive it was like 2,500 RPM at 70, which is great. So that'll give us a nice little low end grunt. As long as I have enough low end grunt to get this in here. Ow! I don't miss putting these in on the floor, Briar, I'll tell you that much. You know, it was smart putting, getting the car running and then having to swing the center section in between the exhaust.
Oh, it's always a good idea.
There we go. We got a new gasket on already. Let's see if my aim is good. Yes. Just need to get it straightened up with the studs. There you go. Center section's in, all bolted down. Gave it 2 elbow clicks, so it is torqued to spec. So that's a 391, and it's going to be fun. So Briar is going to go ahead and throw our axles back in, and then this thing will be ready to fill up with oil. One of the major problems of this car was that this front U-joint was shot. So I went ahead and replaced it, and with the new rear end, we had to get a conversion U-joint. That's a 7260 to a 7290 U-joint right there. So it's got 2 new U-joints in it, and Briar's going to put it in for us.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, Briar.
No, are you kidding?
What? Oh, no, we had a spill. The worst possible liquid known to man to spill on the ground. Oh, boy.
I might have to have that back so I can...
Oh,
on
gosh.
this side of the tire.
Oh, gosh.
It squirted in my car.
Now, oh, come on.
Just barely.
Now you have greasy fingers.
Now I have really greasy everything right now.
So the last time this thing was on the ground was when we went and got the Polara, and that was in...
Summer last year.
Yeah, it was late summer, early fall of 2023. So it's almost been a year since this car's been fully on the ground on all fours. Hey, look, it's a car.
It's so weird, it's so low now.
Wow. Yay. So I had a taillight issue. I had a bulb that was bad over here, and I got that working, and that also got our instrument cluster wire working. The wire had just fell off. So I plugged that back in. We need to get a brake light switch going, but we can at least get it out of here because it needs a bath. Look how nasty this thing is. This roof's white. You can see where, right there, it's disgusting. We did a Poppy's Patina clear coat on this thing before we ever did anything else, you know, taking it to that show. And it has since collected so much dust that it's not even funny. So let's back it out of here and let's wash this thing. All right, first time moving in a long time. All right. Kind of hard to get that sweet spot. It's a little bit bound up. Yeah. Come on back a little more. Get her out in the sunlight. We'll wash it. Oh yeah, the pedal's much better. Oh, what you think about that? Man, this thing hasn't seen daylight in so long. Look at this. That's terrible. It's so sad to see this thing so dirty. But we're gonna fix that right now. Well, say goodbye to authentic McCool Auto Shop dust. Whoa!
Ooh.
Look at that. Wow. My own barn find. I lost it in the back of the shop.
Oh my gosh.
Doggy. Look at that blue. Did you know this car was blue?
I couldn't tell really.
Yeah, this thing has been sitting for so long. It hasn't been washed. And so the last time I washed it was before I left for that show, and that was in June of 2023. So it's been a year and a month since this car has been washed. And it's been sitting inside, which is the crazy thing. That goes to show you how dusty my shop is. Much, much better. That, just ignore that. Wow. Yeah, this thing was dusty. Good gracious. It's good to have a car that you can, you know, let sit in the dirt and dust, and it looks the exact same. Well, the car is clean, most importantly. So Briar has put a voltage regulator on it, and we are on our way. We're gonna take it for its first. That was strange. Its first major test drive in a long time. You know you're doing things right when your shifter hits the dash, right?
Yeah.
I tried to grease the clutch pedal, but it didn't really seem to help. So we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on it. It might need a little grease on it or something. It's just binding up a little bit. I might take a look at that, see if I can help something with that. Well, see, that's the problem, especially going in reverse. And the brakes, much better, but the booster leaks. Hear the idle kick up real high? The booster leaks, but it at least stops it. Wonder how it's going to be with these 391s.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
I mean, it had some torque to it with the 276s. I can't imagine with 391s there. Because I mean, it really isn't a 58 Plymouth anymore. It's got all like more modern stuff essentially. It's just a shell of a 58. The thing is, on these overdrives, first gear is like a 3.09, so it's pretty low down to the very first. That's what my Challenger has. Same transmission, 391. That thing will get, won't it?
Yes. Not bad.
That's 1-to-1 right there. Third is direct drive. That's overdrive. 0.71 final gear. Not bad, is it?
Nah.
Not bad at all. These transmissions were
pretty known for having a noisy overdrive, so it might whine a little bit. Oh, it stops way better. It just idles it up for you, so you can downshift. Give me a second. That's the hardest I've ever revved this thing before. Good Lord, this thing sounds insane.
That sounds good.
Wow.
It's like
I've never been able to rev it that hard because of the drive shaft. Did you hear this thing?
That was like a race car.
Wow. And I think I fell in love with the car again finally.
That might be my new favorite sound.
That was so crazy. I've never heard it do that before because I've never driven it that hard. Because every time you romp on it, the drive shaft would hit the floor. That was insane. I don't know what that is. Either the drive shaft is still touching or we're dragging something. You really can't power shift it. Look how sloppy the shifter is. That's an original truck shifter. Probably would benefit from like a car shifter, like a rebuilt one or something. Golly, that's so smooth though. Overdrive, that's nice. That is really nice. Yeah, the drive shaft still rubs.
Dang it.
It only rubs occasionally. It's fine. It's fine. I should have lowered the engine, so that's on me. I guess I could cut all that loose and just add a little bit more. Oh well. As long as we don't hit anything major. You know what that means? Air up the rear a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's the only logical fix. I mean, you're not going to be winning any races with this sloppy shifter. But man, that thing will rip. That's all it took. That's all. I just wanted to be able to romp on it. I mean, I really built this thing to be a cruiser, like a nice little get around and drive, but we finally got to the point where it's enjoyable. It's actually really enjoyable. Now, Jim. Brakes feel a lot better, honestly. It's just that booster hiss is so bad. Good clunk? Cool.
Go.
Yeah, that clutch is weird. I need to do a little work to it. That's never gonna get old. That is so good. Well, we made it back, but it's like the clutch lost its adjustment. I went to mash the pedal to put it back into gear to pull in the shop, and I couldn't get it to go into gear. But if I shut the car off, put it in first, and then let out on the clutch, it would go, but then it wouldn't shift out of gear and back into gear. So I'm thinking the clutch just lost an adjustment, maybe, like, because I stabbed the clutch pedal pretty hard, and that's the hardest I've ever mashed it. So something could have come undone, something bent, something just needs to be adjusted again. That's why you do test drives, because if you don't, things can go wrong on the road. See, I can crank it in gear. It's hot. There we go. And I can drive it in. Yeah, my foot on the clutch pedal was all the way to the floor, and the car was inching forward, so tells me that we've lost our adjustment. Let's lift it up and look.
Because I think, I mean, everything else looks good. It's a little loose. Yeah, but the jam nut, yeah, that jam nut backed out. Look here. See that the nut? It's supposed to be tight, but it backed out. Okay, that's an easy fix. Not a problem at all. We've done some clutch modifications and adjustments, as you saw, and it is much better. The clutch doesn't get bound up anymore. There's actually so much more travel to it. It was just me, one, rushing, and two, running out of time. So just a bad combination altogether. But now the clutch is still pretty heavy, but it's much more usable. I love how you have like a fast idle.
Yeah, on demand.
But oh, it's so much better to start with. Oh, that's way easier. Way easier. Yeah. I can just barely push the clutch in to make that work. That's easy. You see how little pressure I had to put on there?
Yeah, nothing.
We fixed the steering column. It was all over the place. Now it's not all wiggly wobbly. Still a lot of play in the steering, but that's just the car trying to fight back. Whoop, there we are. Synchronized.
No.
It pushed through. Can I find the RPM? Here. I won't even go into gear. Oh, there we go. I'll try and start it.
A good stroll.
Luckily, Dad's shop's not far from here. You see how I can float the gears? Not having it. Tell you what I'll do, I'll start in a second. Go! Go! In gear! Oh! Oh! Okay, it's not gonna happen. Whose idea was this?
I don't even know, man.
Here's a second.
Come on.
Go. Come on.
Hey!
Now we go a little faster. We'll just take it all the way around. It's fine. We've almost made it back. We're just stuck in second gear. Whatever. I mean, I know what happened, that little rubber bushing that I used. I think it just pulled right through it. So we'll just set it up the way we had it. It worked okay, but it would just get stuck. So, what do you do? The hard part's going to be getting on the lip, you know?
Yeah.
It's coming in like sideways. Not too bad.
No.
The good thing about this one is that it has a super low first, but second gear, I mean, it's like third gear on a 4-speed, you know what I mean? Like a regular 4-speed. Kind of close, similar ratios there. Oh, so close. Come on, baby. Give me it. Kill it. Oh, she's hot.
Dang, brother.
Uh-oh. Running it at that RPM for a low speed for so long. Killed it. You let her cool off.
Oh.
Whoops. Yeah, too much RPM for not enough airspeed. Okay, we added a washer on the bushing. That should fix it. We're gonna back it out, check the coolant level again, and then we're gonna try it one more time.
That's where we lost the clutch last time, right here. We're still going. Really going to overdrive here. Yes, we're good.
Well, this is the day of. We have the car running, driving, stopping. We've got just about everything sorted out that we're worried about. I went ahead and added a coolant temp gauge. So there's the sender right there. It's running into the harness that I've made here. Briar is up under the dash currently working on getting our brake light switch sorted out. I had one wired in, but I never fully adjusted it properly. So now he is getting that sorted out, and that should get us brake lights. We already have turn signals. We already have headlights and tail lights. We just need to get the brake lights working. We got the Castrol GTX and the SDP, you already know, and then that should get us going. We're a little nervous. The clutch was a big kicker. Getting that clutch to where I'm a little bit more confident with it helps a lot. I mean, a whole lot. So it's just a lot of effort now. Just little tedious stuff. We did get hot yesterday because we drove like 2 miles, 3 miles in second gear. There just wasn't enough airflow. I mean, I drove it after that. The car seemed fine. We drove it around the block one more time in overdrive. It never got hot again, it seemed like. So we'll have to fill it back up with coolant, obviously, and then back it off and get going. So
Got the plug back in, got the new filter on. Now we're ready to drop it down and put some oil in it.
all right, we've done the last little bit of checking. Oil is good, coolant is good. We are set and on our way. We're gonna go adventuring. Got some fluids in the back just in case, maybe a toolbox, you never know. Golly, this thing sounds so good. We got brake lights working. Show us the brake lights, Briar. Give her a little tap. Got that wired in. We got the temp gauge wired in. Never had brake lights before on this car. Hey! With a fast idle indeed. It's a good thing to have brake lights, ain't it? That's good, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Well, off we go. Hood's going down. This car has never been on a 4-lane highway before. It's actually really never been this far from my house yet. This is the furthest we've been away. I'm scared, I'm nervous, I'm terrified, but we're about to see how she does. At least the clutch pedal feels better, a little more predictable. That's a large truck, don't want to pull out in front of him. All right, here we go. Drive shaft rub. I'm so scared. We're into the gas station. Yes. That's high for 93. We might put a 89. I know it's cheap compared to other places in the country, but I don't want to do that. Oh, let me pull the gas cap off. There we go. Here, hold that one. This is number 2.
It's green. It's got to be like good or something, you know.
Yeah, that's red.
That's bad.
So
Green is good. Red is bad. Got to preserve the paint.
wait, gas cap. First stop is a potential Roadrunner. I saw one of these. I think it was a Roadrunner. It was some kind of 70s muscle car. It looked like a Roadrunner to me. It was green, so you know that's a Mopar, if anything. So we're gonna go find out what it is. If I can get out of here. My high idle is really nice. I like that. It kind of like gives you preparation to
Helps with the takeoff.
launch, you know? Yeah, yeah.
When does the drive shaft quit rubbing?
Third gear.
Okay, there we go. Hey, look, turn signals.
Nice.
We're doing it! We're doing it! Look!
Hope we don't lose a hubcap.
I'm not either. They don't have any spares. We brought everything else, but no hubcap spares. Woo! Yeah, I need to clearance the drive shaft core. I only compensated for like me, not Briar. He weighs a lot, you know. Oh, 55? Say it ain't so.
Easy.
Brother, let's go. Yeah, here overdrive. It's kind of noisy, but it's fine. It's normal. That just means it's there, right?
Yes.
All right, here's our first turn. He's gonna rub every bump we hit.
Eventually it'll clear itself.
Yeah, eventually. Oh, turn signal. It doesn't cancel. So far, so good. Check out. Look, man, we're hit the open road. Shut up. So the trim is all on here. I was scared to put it on because I didn't want it to fall off. We might screw it on later. I don't know. I just hate putting screws and stuff, holes and whatever. But I don't know. I didn't want to hurt it. Ooh, box body. Hard to see, but there's a green 73 satellite in there. We stopped in here, checked it out with the Plymouth. Left a phone number. Don't get to look at it today, but maybe potentially in the future. Briar didn't believe me because I spotted it through this little tiny gate door that was open. Sniped it from the road. What'd she say? That they had it for
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
I've been driving through here much longer than 8 years,
Yes, long time.
and I've never seen it. There was just a tiny little gate door that just so happened to be open. When were we coming through
We
here?
were getting that truck.
Oh yeah, we got a truck that you haven't seen yet. We were coming through and I just so happened to catch that gate open, and sure enough, there's a Plymouth. I said, it looked like there was a Plymouth back there. She said, yeah, it's a Plymouth. Just like what we're riding in right now.
Oh yeah.
Off to the next one. See a Chevy. What is that? What, a Malibu or something?
Kind of looked like one.
Rocket? What the heck?
They're too advanced for us.
You want to strap a rocket to the roof of this car? So we have air shocks in this thing, and my guess is since the last time that we messed with it, they've lost air. So I am going to do this. So that should help. That should help a lot.
I kid you not, there's smoke coming out of the fender well.
What?
I can see it.
From where?
Over here.
On what side?
Right here.
Smoke?
Well, I don't know what else it'd be.
Where, right here?
Can you not see it?
Oh, I do. That's
Is it rubbing the tire?
smells like brakes.
Oh, that's too tight.
It's in gear, and I can roll it. That's not too tight, but again, that one was smoking. It don't really feel too tight. It's in gear though, but
feel like that bad. I don't know.
A little odd.
Yeah, a little odd indeed.
We're going down my very bumpy driveway at a pretty decent speed, and the drive shaft is not touching at all. That was a problem. We raised it up probably a good 3 or 4 inches in the back. So now we can actually go a little faster. Nice. On the open road here, 2-lane highway, we're just cruising down over to some other potential spots. Car's doing pretty good. It likes this highway here. The air shocks fixed everything, all the problems we were having. I forgot about that. You know, letting it sit there for a year and a half or so. The little air's gonna leak out. We're hitting some pretty big bumps, and it's not caring at all. We're probably doing right now about 50, but we were doing about 60 miles an hour, and the car just likes it. It's just eating it up. Not bad. Finally good to see this thing get on the road and be used, you know? Loving it. Well, this guy up here, there's a Literate Express in the front yard, and I've been meaning to stop by. I've been really needing to get a car so I can actually like show up in something cool. Like, hey, look, I like cars too. But his neighbor has a lot of stuff too, so I want to see if he'll let us take a look at some stuff over here because we've been here. I just showed this Literate Express just popped up one day, and I'm like, hey, that's pretty nice.
Look at there. Older restoration clear coat's peeling, but see if we can strike a deal on this thing. Already got good wheels and tires on it. Heck, fired up and driving home, Briar.
Hey, I do it.
I love a good Literate Express. Can't beat it. Well, there we go. Clear coat's peeling. Not a bad car, but he's asking $15,000 for it. So I think we're just going to go ahead and move on. It runs, though. He did crank it up, but not a bad truck.
Super nice guy. Said he drove the car home, the truck home. It needed a lot of work though. He said if I don't do anything else to it, I'll take 15 for it. And I'm like, I mean, they are a rare truck. Hard to pay that much for it. We'll check back in later on. But cool truck nonetheless. Very nice gentleman. He was very kind to us. So at least we made a friendship. I'll be honest with you though, I'm having a pretty good time driving the car. This is the first time we've ever really had a good shakedown. And now that all the bugs are worked out of it, big tractor. Whoa. Now that we have all the bugs worked out of it, it's actually a pretty enjoyable drive. I mean, I feel a little more confident with it this go around. I mean, there were just so many little things. And whenever you have a lot of little things, they add up to like one big thing, and then you just don't want to mess with it anymore. But now that we've got 75% of the little things gone, now we're at not a big thing. It all, there's math up here. It all checks out, I promise.
Back on the highway.
Yay! Yeah! That sounds so right. So right. I love that. There's something about that. Let's see what our speed is. That's a pretty comfortable cruising speed right there. Oh yeah. Right about 60 miles an hour. slight vibration. That could be pinion angle, the fact that it's not even a balanced drive shaft, many things. But that's not going to stop us from driving. We're doing actually really good right now. Oh, big hill, yeah. Let's freewheel it. Nice. We're going to say it.
Whoa!
No. If you had a good open road like this, 4-lane highway, you'd have a lot of fun with this car. Just hit the overdrive and just do 65 the whole way there. This will be a good car to do it in. Maybe not in 95-degree weather with 100% humidity. Because that's what's going on today. Yeah, picture of winter. So I recently got a tip from my brother-in-law who was telling me about a charger that is out in the middle of a pasture. Now this charger, he said was, we didn't know. He just said it was yellow. And he thought it was a charger. So I don't even know what it could be. I'm hoping that's what it is. I want to go look, see if we could go at least take a look at it. I tried to call the owner, but he did not answer the phone. So I don't really know who to contact. We're just going to see if we can get a good look at it. Just drive some back roads, man. What else you got to do? 58 Plymouth. Hey, we might just go down here to the river.
Hey, we could.
Just go play in the water for a little
Go for a swim.
Not a bad idea, is it?
There it is, there's the river.
Wow.
Yeah, up the real river.
The river. I would love to just
Jump
go down
in.
there.
Oh man,
Looks cool today.
looks so refreshing.
We need that right now. Maybe on the way back. I'll treat you to the river.
Yes, can I jump off the bridge?
Yeah, I'll throw you in.
Yes.
We'll stop the car just slow enough so you can just. Wait a minute. Is that Levi? It is Levi.
No way.
We stopped and we were driving through and we caught our good buddy Levi, and he's a farmer, so we stopped and just talked to him for a second. Hey, it still runs. That's a good sign, you know? It sat here for like a good 5 minutes and it cranked right back up.
Don't hit the mud.
Golly, what mud? So if you remember, we worked on a 49 Chevrolet. Levi is the one, his grandfather owns it, and he let us go work on it for a day. Golly, this clutch, man. Manual steering and a sticky clutch, not a good combo. God, that's a deep hole right there we gotta get out of. Go. Yeah. We gotta go left. Whee! Good as gold. We're not very far from this charger, supposedly. It says we're 6 minutes away. We'll pull in there and just see what it looks like. Big mountains. We're climbing them today, boys. Ooh, hairpin turn, too. Saying we're 1 minute away. Oh yeah, okay. Did we pass it?
I never saw it.
Pin has been passed. There it is, way off in the distance. A sad looking 73, possibly 72 Charger. Way off in the distance. Got trees, that thing's been there for a long time. It's a big old tree growing right next to it, you know it? Dang. I don't know how he spotted that thing.
I saw the glass. I couldn't tell if it was a car or not. I just saw the glass.
Yeah, Briar, we were driving, we turned around and come back this way, and Briar could just barely see the windshield on it. It's like a yellowish color. He's right. Look at there.
Well, we need to come back by and see who owns this, and then we'll figure out, can we buy it, please? That's pretty cool. I can knock on a door real quick, see if I can find out the story on it. Look at there. There it is. Hello, beautiful.
Very sad looking.
Just like our car.
It's not, it's a little less sad.
It got a little hot just pulling. We went up there, turned around, and all this slow RPM and slow speeds. She got a little bit warm, so I parked it in the shade, and we let it cool off. It bubbled up a little bit, but it quickly stopped. So we'll hop back in, get some airspeed. I just don't want to get back in this car with the heat.
Quite hot.
We pick great days to do this, you know it? Like the hottest day of the summer. Ugh, miserable. Took a little scenic side route here. Pulled over at this post office, and we just had to take a look at this old train depot. If I remember correctly, this road is where the train tracks were, obviously, because this is where the train would ride up to. So this is why this road is really here, because it would follow the tracks, and then the train would pull right up to that. So pretty neat to see this. I mean, this is old depot stuff right here. Vintage. How old is this building, you think?
Early to mid 1900s probably.
So at least 10 years old.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Okay, makes sense. Pretty cool.
Good looking short bed.
Yes, it is.
Hey, look. Oh, another one? Ooh, GMC. Wow. Ooh, what is that?
Chevrolet. Two-tone.
Looking good.
Nice. It's a big hill, brother.
Hope we make it.
I hope I don't have to downshift.
We better floor it. We made it.
We're going to stop at our local Dollar General. Get us a nice refreshing beverage. It's very hot. Might get the car and drink too while we're at it. Got to the DG. Got a nice ice cold Dr. Pepper. What'd you get?
Baja Blast.
Solid choice. I almost went with that. And I got a box of Cheez-Its because you need Cheez-Its. And that's it. You just need Cheez-Its.
Yeah, pretty good reason.
Yeah. So we didn't feel like getting back in the car, so we're standing in the shade, drinking our drinks, dreading to get back in there. If it wasn't so dang hot,
The humidity.
it would be an enjoyable. I'm sunburnt from sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Look at me. I look like I'm in a car wreck. Golly.
Neck's so red.
Is it seriously? I don't know how I'm sunburnt from sitting in the car, but it is so hot out here. We probably should have picked a better time of day.
Nah.
Fair enough. All right, Mac. Look. What's this fella doing? Let me get out of your way, Bubba.
Big Bubba. Golly.
Forgot she doesn't like reverse. We're back on the road. Once again, my Dr. Pepper. Oh,
Dadgum.
Dr. Pepper didn't last long. Thank you.
Oh,
Stop it! Wow. I did not want to get back in this car.
it's pretty hot.
But here we are once again. That Dollar General had some nice air conditioning. Oh. Come on, people, get out of my way. I've got airflow to...
Things to
Okay.
do, places to be.
Things to be, places to do. Golly, my left leg is going, my foot's going to sleep.
The clutch, dude, it's so hard to get used to.
No, burn out a DG.
My clutch foot was getting so, like, it was shaking. Oh, we're good.
No! Oh my gosh.
Stop it! I forgot. There we go.
Yeah, 10 plus horsepower.
I don't really know how this is supposed to mount. I forgot. I took it all apart, then I forgot how it goes. I don't even remember. Oh, I pulled the steering column out because I put the clutch pedals in. And I think there's something supposed to go there. Oh yeah, this pops out and screws to that. There you go. You'll never know.
No.
So now we're about to roll up on another truck I'd seen for a while. I believe the gentleman who owned it passed away, but this thing's been sitting here since I was a kid. And I have not stopped ever to talk about it. And I don't even know if anybody lives here for that matter. So we didn't think anybody was home because there's no cars here, but actually there was somebody. And she said that her husband had passed away and she wants to give it to her son. He wanted it. So pretty cool truck. Like I said, it's been sitting here for a long time. It's a manual. Here, look at it.
No way.
Red on red, manual. So it's a 4-speed, 2-wheel drive. Dually. Probably a 360 or something. Look at the gas caps in it for some reason. I bet they had auxiliary tanks in the bed because there's filler necks that go into the bed. I think it says December of 2000 is the last time that thing's been on the road. I believe that. Well, we'll come back another day, but at least we got to look at it. That's pretty cool. I've always driven by it, but never stopped and looked. Never hurts to ask. There's one more I know about here. It's a satellite. You don't want to sell it. We've tried and tried and tried. We'll go look at it, please. It got stolen a long time ago, then he got it back. He never did anything else with it after that. So at least we can go visit it, pay our respects for, you know, one last time. I want that car really bad, but he said he's going to fix it up one day. I understand it. I'm the same way. I'll keep something until I never touch it again. And we're all car guys. We do that. It's his car, but I want it. It's a 68 satellite. The windows have been rolled down in it for who knows how long. I mean, it's been sitting there for over 20 years. The grill's missing a lot of trim, but it's a 68 satellite nonetheless. And I think it's so cool. Especially, I mean, you used to could see it really good when I was a kid, but now it's grown up so bad you can't hardly even look at it. This guy's got a couple spots of property, and he's got cars all over the place. So I've always driven over here by this, but I've never seen anybody here. And he's got, oh, you might not be able to see it, but look at all this stuff here. Oh, you can't hardly see it. I don't know where it went. There used to be a Dodge Aspen RT. Somewhere up in there. There used to be one, and I don't know. I haven't been by in here so long, I don't even know if it's there anymore. But I know there used to be one, so I'd like to stop and ask him about it. We may come back by and ring the doorbell again.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This car is back. The 1958 Plymouth Roadsteration is on the road. And that's where we wanted it. This is the original Roadsteration. Don't forget those stickers down in the link below. I am so excited for this car to be back. I've looked forward to this. I just really have been putting it off because, I don't know. It's almost like I felt guilty. I gave up on it and it just didn't do anything for me. But the good news after all this is that it is good. It is back, running, driving, stopping, and it's a usable car again. I can take it to shows, I can get it out and enjoy it, fix a few things on it here and there, but I can use it again. And that's what I wanted. I wanted this car to be usable and drivable, and I've got just that. I love 58 Plymouths. I hope you guys love this car just as much as I do because I am so happy to see it back. The great news is there's still 58 Plymouth Road Restoration stickers as well as the t-shirts down in the link below. Also, don't forget that Holly Supercharged Summer Clearance Sale. Use my code. That's also down in the link below, DMcCool25X. Thank you guys so much for following along for this journey. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see done with this car. I'm not painting it red. I'm not going to paint it white. I'm going to leave it just like it is and drive it. What's next? See you guys in the next one.